In this video, we will see what are the augmented reality KPI to track if you have an e-commerce with augmented reality or if you're thinking to implement augmented reality. I'm Antonio Furioso, founder of Eyedex, and I helped e-commerce like checkout design, Formidable to increase their conversion with 3D experiences. So let's keep it watch it because I will tell you the 3 non-negotiable KPI, and we will see also other bonuses KPI that you could track if you're deciding to implement augmented reality or you have augmented reality already in your e-commerce. So let's go and let's start. So here is the issue with 90% of e-commerce do not use augmented reality in the right way. So they are like just losing money, and the costs are increasing because you are not tracking these KPI and you're not understanding what your users really want, and if augmented reality, of course, it's working for you. And what most of you don't understand that is like augmented reality is not just a number of share, because share do not pay the bills. Like 10k share is not equal to 10k dollars. So there is completely different game. And imagine this, like your competitors are stealing your customers because they are tracking the better augmented reality KPI, and they are understanding their customers and how to improve augmented reality and increase their sales. So let's see these 3 non-negotiable KPI. So we have the first KPI here is a conversion rate lift. Of course, this is one of the most important, because if here you don't see in a matter of let's say 90 days, so you give time 90 days, and you don't see that augmented reality is bringing you more sales, is boosting your sales. Well, of course, there is something wrong, but this doesn't mean that is augmented reality is not working, but maybe that you have just to improve. For that, we have other metrics. Second non-negotiable metric is return rate reduction. So usually studies and case studies show that augmented reality can bring a 30% decrease in return rates. And this is a number that this KPI is difficult to track. But at the same time, if you are able to track this, the return rate attributed to the augmented reality, to the user that uses augmented reality experiences, well, you can see that your brand benefit from augmented reality experiences. Then third KPI that I want to talk about is time to purchase. So again, here, of course, case studies shows that when the user are on your e-commerce and they see with their phone your product, so for example if you sell chairs, and the time to purchase, because they're seeing these chairs in their kitchen or in their living room, for example, well, is much faster, because they have the correct dimension, that they can see how the product fits and how the product look in their environment, so in this case maybe in their kitchen or in their living room. And this make the user do faster decision, because they will feel also a feeling of ownership, like they already possess that chair, for example. So this is are the 3 non-negotiable KPI. So time to purchase, return rate reduction, and of course conversion rate. So track this for augmented reality versus not augmented reality and do A/B test. Now I also have other KPI that you can track that will help you to understand better how you can improve your augmented reality experiences, or directly if you're implementing augmented reality just now, what you should track. So let's see these other bonuses KPI that I wanted to insert in this video. And so let's see the first one, which is social sharing metrics. So with social sharing metrics, I mean like your user always that are in your shop, maybe they are trying, sunglasses. Okay, these are not the best glasses that I could design, but I could draw. But like, yeah, they are trying your eyeglasses, for example, and maybe they are sharing on social media. They are sharing with their friends, with their family to see, like, okay, to have a second opinion. And this can bring also a free UGC. So free user generated content that you can use then to reshare on your social media to have some kind of social proof, and also on your website landing page, product page, Then a second metric is cross-device engagement. Here, is like when user, for example, are watching your product from desktop, for example, but then they try the augmented reality experiences, so they are going to use their phone, of course, to watch your product in their space or on themselves. So you can track also these metrics. And third, the conversion attribution. Like, here is always a matter of A/B test. So track effectively if the attribution was because of AR or because was for another campaign that you were doing meanwhile. So like A/B test this, like maybe, for example, if you have an email campaign, just see the conversion. If you send 50% emails with augmented reality experiences and 50% without, see which track more and attribute that to the right tool. Then we have impression to interaction ratios. What I mean for this? Well, we need to know if users are actually just bypassing the augmented reality or the 3D experiences, which like give a impression but they are not interacting. So in this case, if, for example, user like are scrolling throughout your page, they probably see the button showing your space, or maybe you have like also some video that can help them see that show that you have an augmented reality experiences, and they're just scrolling, they do not stop. Well, that's an impression, and you have to track this if user like how many impression you have on this, and effectively how many user click on the button to view the augmented reality, the product in augmented reality. Another is return on immersive advertising. Now, with augmented reality, you can even do marketing. And while you're doing marketing with augmented reality, so you promote on social media, like you do advertising, for example, on Facebook, on Instagram, or even on Google Ads, where people can interact with your product while they're visiting another website. You have to see if the augmented reality experiences, well, is clicked by, is tried by these customers. So how many users are interacting with your experiences, and of course if then the cost of the ADV plus the cost of the augmented reality experiences, is bringing you ROI. This is important, of course. You should always try to get a positive ROI, of course. Track this also ratio and see if effectively AR is helping you with advertising, and also, you know, decrease the cost of advertising, because you have here two different options. Like, you have like yes, you can do augmented reality advertising, or you can have just augmented reality on your website, for example, and meanwhile running advertising, normal advertising, like on Facebook, Instagram, or Google Ads. So the traffic that is going on your website, well, if it's using augmented reality and then purchasing already, well, this is going to decrease your advertising cost. And see if it's effective for you. But usually this is going to decrease the cost, because users are interacting more with your website, and again, they're feeling ownership. They have this ownership feeling, and they are going directly to buy. So you don't have to, you know, create more advertising, retarget them more times, and then spend more money on it. Then, as the last one, we have engagement heat maps. So this is mostly something that you should regularly do in your e-commerce, and watch. So if you have like heat maps implemented in your e-commerce, well, and of course you have also maybe some augmented reality button here, or maybe you have in the gallery, well, see effectively where your user like look, for example, and you know, where your user click. So then position this augmented reality button that you have on your product page where effectively your user look or are usually click. And I want to show you like a different example, because if you implement the right tool, well, these analytics are already done for you. So for example, here we have like how many views you've generated, your augmented reality generated, how much time your user spent with your augmented reality experiences, and of course the conversion rate, which is one of the important metrics. So how many users see augmented reality and then purchase, and then of course from what device they see the augmented reality. That for now, of course, is like you know, from mobile, but this is meant more for like 3D viewer experiences, like from desktop and from mobile augmented reality. And then we have also conversion rate over time. So like if your conversion is increasing, and the average engagement time that users spend. So, you know, the average, like if your user spend 2 minutes or 17 seconds, well, it will give you like the average on that experience. So these are the metrics that you should track if you implement 3D experiences, and especially augmented reality. If you are tracking these metrics, you can understand better your users, and you can improve your experiences, so that you can place then your experiences where your user look, see, and are. So this is like very important to increase the faster the time that they purchase, and then of course increase your conversion. But if you want a help to track all these metrics, and someone that is more like a consultant and then can help you to improve your augmented reality experiences, or already know like where to places track these metrics, see the user behavior, you know, well, click the link in the description to work with me, book a call with me, and see if we can work together. Well, I will be happy to help you. Thanks for watching this video. See you at the next.